It really does help.
Hey, I'm 100%
Visually,
into it,
too,
dog.
because it helps me visually line it up. The one software that I use, it doesn't, it doesn't, you hear it again?
Just for a second, I did. Go ahead. I wonder if it's gonna end up on the fucking.
I hope so.
I don't like it, bro. I don't like the fact that somebody could hear me. That's what I don't like. Hell no. There's some shit I don't want fucking be just thrown out there. You know what I'm saying?
Word. All right, start off.
Hello. That was real loud. My God.
I can lower it.
We'll have to, because that broke my own eardrum.
Was that your intro?
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
We're back. Okay.
Yeah. Episode 975 million
Yes.
of the I Don't Drink Coffee podcast.
Welcome back. This is the I Don't Drink Coffee podcast. I'm Ben Kline, my awesome co-host, your favorite co-host, Lucas Johnson.
Yes, I am here.
And I thought you were going to say, yes, I am your favorite. That's what you...
That too.
Okay. All right.
So, anyway. One thing that we could kind of start off with is, do we want to talk about the possible sponsorship without saying anything about who? I mean, it's kind of exciting.
Well, he said yes. You know, we haven't really...
We got a guy or a business that's interested in being our first official sponsor, in air quotes, I guess.
He told me yes.
Yes, he's ready to do it.
He's ready. He said, I told him we were about to do a podcast because I know we were going to do a show last night, and we didn't have a chance to because you chose fun over.
Damn. Damn me, you know.
No, and I said, no. I said, man, we're going to do one tonight. I'll talk to LJ about everything, and he goes, sponsored by Fifth Quarter Printing.
Okay.
So there you go. Fifth Quarter Printing.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I think so.
Local business that we all know and love around here.
Man, we've really had a lot of people contact us over the last couple of years. And you're like me, you know, we're procrastinators. Mm-hmm. And we're never sure about anything.
Well,
you know what I mean? I personally didn't feel like we were ready, I guess.
Well,
I just felt like I wasn't worthy of someone sponsoring us. I don't know why, but
well, and it doesn't seem like, because of the way that we do this, and it's real. You know, we just get on and we just say things. So to say that it's organized or that it's something, it just feels like we're sitting around talking like we would, and we do. We talk like we do when no one's around. I mean, so for someone to say, "Hey, I want to be able to help you promote this," it's like, you want to help us sit around and talk? You know, it feels a little bit like that. Like you said, it's almost like, well, it's not really a formal thing. You know, we're just kind of talking. So, and all of a sudden, it puts you on this other. To me, it feels like it puts us on this other level where we're like, well, now we have a form of responsibility, which is not a bad thing. It drives innovation whenever you do that, though. You know,
correct.
I mean, we need it. Really and truly, we both need structure. I know. Yes. I desperately have to have structure in my life, or everything goes out of control.
I think everything around the podcast needs structure, but the actual what we do when we sit down and start talking,
right?
You know, and of course there are things that I'm like, man, I got to get to that. I really need to talk about that. I really want to talk about, you know.
Well, that's what I mean. Is this?
And sometimes we don't.
It almost holds our feet to the fire a little bit about, you know, being good about getting content out, pushing ourselves to go ahead and get these things done, even though they're fun to do. And we talk. You and I talk all the time. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's easy, even though we've took a huge break through this last year, especially with COVID and everything. Even though we took a big old long, you know, we only did how many episodes did we do last year?
We did 9 total episodes.
Yeah.
Actual episodes. Now, you know, we cut some of those episodes up, like Tracy Allen's interview. We cut those up. And I'm still not sure if that's the way to go.
Well, for me and you, though,
that's beside the point.
Well, for us, because we're the content creators, it didn't seem to me until you told me that we had taken that big a break. I mean, I knew we had, but we still talk all the time. So it's like you and I don't miss a beat as far as us communicating.
Right.
So it doesn't seem like so long since we've done one until you're like, dude, we haven't done one in a long time. I'm like, God, that's right.
Well, when I looked at our stats at the end of the year and it said 9 episodes, it made me. I was like, oh God. I mean, this is how podcasts die right here. You know,
Right,
This is a dying podcast, but it's not at all.
Well, the beauty of it is it when you said it to me though, it sparked me also of like, oh, dude, we got to get busy.
We got to step up our
you
game.
know?
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot to do. There's a lot to say and a lot to piss people off about.
Yes.
Yes. Either accidentally or on purpose. Depends, on the day. But
it's better to burn out than fade away. Okay?
Definitely.
And we're not doing either one.
Yeah.
We're going to burn them out.
Well, and that's what
whoever pisses us off, we're burning them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and there's been a lot of things go on that we still haven't talked about that, just things that we want to cover, right, that we haven't gotten to and that kind of thing. And I'm excited about picking up the pace here, and all of a sudden, with fifth quarter printing and Caleb, it kind of, it's like we're back with a vengeance. It's like we come in, kick the door in, and we're going to fucking, brand new speed here. Ooh, it's bigger, faster, stronger for I Don't Drink Coffee podcast. So for me, it's exciting. It's a nice little kick in the pants. Yeah. Go ahead and get it going.
Well, when I saw the 9 episodes, I was like, that's what we need. You know? Of course, I went off and work, and then, COVID, and you
I changed
your work, and you changed jobs. We talked about this on the last podcast. We don't have to get into it again. We don't really ever have to talk about it again. The past is the past. We're looking towards the future. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes.
This is potentially a big step, and I'm hoping to attract other people that want to connect their businesses to what we're doing.
I've had people hit me up, and I'm like, man, we're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. But you know what? We are ready for that.
Yeah.
We're beyond ready for that. We were ready for that before our first episode.
Yeah. Well, it's too easy. We talked about this in private before, that what we do here, it's too easy to not do it. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It's and I don't mean easy in the way you carry a lot of the weight. I mean, I'll admit that. I've admitted it several times, and I will. All the editing, basically the producing, you carry a lot of that weight. So I just show up, rattle off some dumb shit, and then go home. And so for me, it's kind of like, well, there's nothing to it. Yeah, it's easy, But
my part's not that hard either. It takes some time, but it's it's all part of it.
Well,
and it's fun. It is fun to do. And I get to take what I said stupid out of it. And that's what I like the most. I'm like, I said something real stupid. Like the intro to this thing. Well, no one will ever hear it.
Well, that's why I know.
The original intro. They won't hear it.
Well, that's why I know, like, there's a side of me that doesn't feel that guilty about the fact that you do a lot of that stuff just because the way you're made, you're never going to give that up. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to hand that control over
honestly,
to anybody.
I think if we came across the right person, I think I would. It would help me out tremendously.
I can't think of a person. Maybe Trent. No, I can't think of a person that you would entrust all this to. Well, because you're like, well, they could always put something out and not realize they did it or what. I mean, it's really goes against your personality. If
I would just not say something stupid anymore that I don't want to be out there. You know what I mean? If I said, something that I don't know.
Well, I think if we got to the point where the podcast was making enough money to where we could pay someone to do that, where they're kind of like contractually obligated to keep their mouth shut. Well, I say keep their mouth shut. They would be obligated, from a monetary standpoint to do what we say to do, right. I guess you'd say. Because right now it would be just like one of our friends or something like that, and they might do something like leave something in you hate just to be funny,
right?
And and I know that terrifies you. So that's what I'm saying about you ever giving that.
But I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at not really caring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. At first I was like, I cannot say this word.
Right.
I cannot say the F word.
Well,
I threw it out there, and then I'm like, you know what? That felt pretty good.
Well, and that's what I'm saying about. We're talking about moving into the future, and you bring up a good point about us being as natural as we can be doing this is where the magic comes from.
Very true.
So
and we haven't honestly reached that part yet.
No
that level.
Well, there's even a part of me that will check myself every so often whenever we're doing this, just not from an embarrassment standpoint, but from a self-preservation, as far as I don't mind. Like, I've had people come up to me and ask me about things that I've said on the podcast and be like, I don't necessarily agree. And I've talked about this before, but I'm saying whenever they say that to me, there's two sides of me on a deal like that. I mean, the side when I'm sitting there looking at them, I'm like, oh, I know I was wound up, and I would explain myself. But then there's a side of me that goes, well, I'm too bad. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sorry, but this is my platform. It's not yours. And in this instance, I get to say what I want. But right in the middle of that, our guest is outside.
Oh, okay, good. So we have another guest coming in, a special guest. I'm not going to mention his name. I will say this. That's all I was going to say.
What will you say?
I had something else to say. Oh, yeah. No, I don't.
Okay.
Sounded good.
Well,
that's a short little 10-minute
podcast. This was nice. What we just did is a nice little short thing. We said what we need to say about fifth quarter, a little thing about, hey, we're about to do something. And now we move on to the guest. Actually, this went smoother than I thought it was going to.
I thought so, too.
That was really pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hate what we just did.
So we're going to drop that out as its own podcast, or are we just going to put this in with the next one?
I don't know. We could almost do it like a commercial. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, how long was that? How long have we been recording? Like 10
12 minutes.
See?
12 and a half minutes.
That's fucking perfect, dude. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I should put it as in its own thing.
I think so. Yeah, a little short announcement episode. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have to finish it off then.
Oh yeah. Brought to you by Fifth Quarter Printing
and Black Line Insurance Group.
And
I don't even know if I haven't looked. That's pretty sorry, but I haven't even looked to see how you go about contacting Fifth Quarter Printing. But you can look it up on Facebook. I know for sure it's on Facebook.
Yeah, they've got all the social media.
Caleb Woten. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't tell you, an exact website. So,
well, it's in the works. Whenever we're a little more familiar with all of it, we can give out some really. I mean, once it's official and all that kind of thing, we can give out the real deal. We're just kind of letting everybody know that it's coming.
If you need any insurance, let me help you. Ben at blacklineinsurancegroup.com. Catch you on the next one.
All right. That was awesome.
All right.
Have a great day.
We're the I Don't Drink Coffee podcast.